going off-roading or camping or even just daily driving, it's important to have some sort of first aid item or first aid kit that is very accessible, easily accessible for everybody in the vehicle, or at least the driver and then the front passenger. In the center console, I have a first aid kit. You can see it's all compact, it's labeled. You can just grab it. I can reach it and the passenger can reach it, and it's easily accessible. So that means any of us, if we come across an accident, we can easily grab this and run and go help out. Just a few other items that I have in the center console here. I have a headlamp, some granola bars, hand sanitizer. I have paper and a pen, which is kind of cool. Did you know that this is a little pen holder in the 4Runner? I have some charging cables, and I have a glow stick, a night emergency glow stick. So those are the items that I have in the center console here, and other emergency items that I have just easily accessible. I have a Leatherman, which this little holder in the 4Runner is ideal for a Leatherman. I have right here an axe, and I just keep it here in case I need to cut some tinder. I also have it so you can break open windows if you need to. You can use the hammer side of it, and it's very easy to smash through windows. If you come across an accident, you need to get someone out of a vehicle fast, the doors are jammed or locked or whatever, you can grab this and it is super easy and accessible. I also have another flashlight here and a separate battery, solar charger. It's kind of a nice work light that's super bright. Anyway, those are just all kind of within reach here. So again, we have our first aid kit, and I'll go through this kit and see what's all inside. So right off the bat, most of this is to stop significant bleeding or to provide CPR. There's not like Band-Aids or first aid cream or anything like that in this. This kit is meant to grab and go and handle any sort of major trauma. I have a separate first aid kit in the car that's meant for little cuts and scratches and whatever, but this is a bag that you grab and you go, you can do CPR and stop any sort of major bleeding. So immediately you saw the tourniquet kind of plop out right there. That's easily accessible. It's the very first thing that's there. You also have some trauma bandage, some wrap, some more wrap. I put honey in here because there are people who are diabetic, who might be in insulin or hypoglycemic shock. This is good to have on hand for a little bit of honey and for a little bit of sugar. Here's a CPR resuscitation mask. I have an EpiPen for anaphylactic reactions. You may not have one of these, but this is a needle that you can use for a collapsed lung or a tension pneumothorax. Here's trauma shears. You can cut through seat belts or whatever else clothing if you need to get out of a wound or something like that. I have a hemostat, and the reason why I have this is that this is very good to get into wounds, and you can clamp off large bleeding vessels. And so this is a large enough hemostat where you can get some major vessels and stop bleeding right away. I have an emergency blanket, help prevent heat loss and shock that way. And I also have compression gauze. And here I have some surgical gloves. You don't need surgical gloves, either sterile surgical gloves. You can just have exam gloves, but some sort of gloves that act as a barrier between your hands and whatever blood that you're dealing with. Here are some just regular non-sterile exam gloves. So if you have multiple people helping out in an accident, you have some gloves for some other people, or you can change out gloves if you need to. I also just have a mask in here. So that's really it. I mean, it's not like a huge extensive emergency kit, but it's lightweight, it's small, it fits in the center console. You can grab it and it has a few of the essential items that you need very quickly. I'll put a link to all of these items down in the description below. I haven't really found like a really good first aid kit that's actually affordable. So this first aid kit, it comes with a lot of the supplies that you need. I added a few things on my own just to kind of make it a little bit more complete. And you can kind of piece together little parts here and there, like hemostats, or you may not have an EpiPen, you know, things like that that you could probably get by without, but it's still good to have. Here's a 4-pack of a tourniquet kit. So it comes in a single pack like this with 4 individual tourniquets in there. So I like that these are individually wrapped. You have 4 separate ones with their own bags. So that keeps it pretty clean for each one. Keeps dirt and debris and stuff out of there. What I like about this is that it's a 4-pack that you can put in each car, one at home, whatever. You can distribute them throughout different areas how you need them. So it's very affordable, and it's nice to have 4 that are fairly decent quality, they look like. So we're gonna open one up and see what it looks like. Here's some instructions. Here's a pen. I like that there's this red tab that's fairly stiff, that's easy to thread through this buckle. You can also see that the time stamp is offset. So that's good because that gives you room to write with the pen that's included the time that you put the tourniquet on. This is a metal rod instead of a plastic rod. So that's not going to break. That's really good. I know I've had other tourniquets where this is a plastic rod and you can easily see that you can bend it, but this is a metal rod. It's got little grippies on the side, so you know, if everything is all wet or bloody or whatever, it's going to be easy to use. See if I can put it on easily here. And then turn this. I'm not going to super tighten it, but you would tighten this quite a bit until bleeding stops or whatever. Stick it in there, right in there, and then with the included pen, write down the time so you know how long it's been on there for. So here's the other small little first aid kit that I was talking about. So I just have it in here in the glove compartment. So in here I have some Band-Aids, I have some first aid ointment, some paper towels, and then this right here are artificial tears. So, I mean, if you get something in your eye or have a scratch or something like that, you know, this is something that you can put in your eye temporarily. It might be able to flush out debris or at least soothe it temporarily. You can also double this as a wound flush if you get a wound or some sort. So I like this because it's a little small, little tiny container. It's very portable. I have it just in a clear plastic Ziploc bag, so you can see it. You can see everything that's in there. Kids can see it. It's real easy. So this is something that I just have super easily accessible, just right in the glove compartment there. Now, that's definitely not an exhaustive list of everything that I have in the 4Runner. You can see here that I have quite a bit of equipment, first aid stuff, camping stuff, just travel stuff that I keep in the 4Runner pretty much at all times. So I'll make a different video kind of going through all of this more in detail. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, give it a thumbs up and like it. It really helps out a lot. So thank you. I'm going to try to get over that 1,000 subscriber mark. I know it's a low bar, but that's what I'm trying to get at. So if you can subscribe, it would definitely help out. So thanks a lot for watching. Bye.